What's up? What's up? Yeah. This is your boy Fearless Eagle right here on What's the Topic. Yeah, we here to do another awesome show. Yes, it's just Tuesday. You know how we do it. We do it like this. Yeah, it's like really awesome. Yeah, I know, right? It's exciting. Yeah, you know, even the people that are not excited, they're excited now. So you listening to this, it's actually your day for you to actually experience the awesome, amazing stuff. Yeah, I know, right? I know, like it's really awesome and everything, and like you already mind blown, and yeah, I'm like thinking now of pulling one of those stunts, you know, like where the presenter is actually going wild and crazy, and he's like, yeah, 100 and something pound, yeah, doing this. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna go there. It's fine. So right here on What's the Topic, we got another interesting topic. Yes, what's the topic? It's depression. Yeah, depression won it. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about depression today, and yeah, depression is actually one of the most interesting. What can I say? Okay, it's different. So that's all I have to say. But yeah, depression is actually one of the most interesting topic that most of the people out there they actually touch on. And today we're gonna look at what depression is. What are the symptoms of depression? And what does the Bible have to say about depression? Because at the end of the day, you actually need to get the word involved in there, and you actually need to get the people exposed to what does the Bible say about depression, and how can you actually impact depression and actually be in a better position where you do not end up depressed. Yes, because we do not want listeners that are depressed. No. That is not our goal. Yes, so we're gonna look at what is depression, how do you avoid depression, yeah, symptoms like I said, and there's a lot of things involved, and yeah, it's like really awesome. So depression is what we're gonna be looking at, and for myself, I am good. I am really awesome, and it's like really awesome and amazing from my side. I want to know how it is from your side. And yeah, you know, last week we were actually touching on the final episode of your quiz. Yes, your quiz. So go and listen to it. It's like really awesome. You get to know about me, and yeah, you know, the questions that were asked, they were like really interesting. And yeah, there was a lot of things that I said about myself, and there was a lot of things that I said about things that I want to do, achieve, and there were even personal questions about what would I change if I had to go back to time, and yeah, decisions and all those things. So it's like really deep right there. So make sure you go back, you listen to it, and there's like questions in there for you to answer. And if you don't know where you can answer those questions, you can answer them on Facebook on my page, What's the Topic. Yes, What's the Topic 777. That's where you can answer the questions. Yes, and then I had a moment right there. I'm like thinking, okay, whoa, it's like really interesting. My mind was like going left, the words want to go right, and then I'm running out of breath. Like, yeah, you know. Yeah, it's like really awesome. So yeah, you can actually go onto Facebook, and that's where you can answer the questions. And there's like also challenges that are going out. Yes, stuff that you can win. But you'll miss out if you do not go onto the pages and actually find out what are those challenges, and yeah, what's going on and all those stuff. But the challenges themselves, you actually also find them in the shows themselves. Yes, I almost said in the shows themselves. Yeah, but not the shows themselves. Yes, it does work though. And 2 weeks back, I looked at the second episode of your quiz. There's a lot of interesting questions in there as well that I want you to answer. And then the first episode of your quiz, there's also a lot of questions that are in there that I want you to answer as well. So next week I want to read your answers, your comments, and everything that you actually want to say, concerning the What's the Topic. Contact me. Yeah, make sure you message me. Yeah, DM me. So for Instagram, you can catch me on What's the Topic 777 now. Make sure you DM me. Yeah, you like the stuff, everything. It's like really, really awesome. And then last but not least, you can get us on our own personal website. The website is like really, really on fire. It's awesome. It's amazing. You actually get everything that you need there, including the schedule, at the bottom of the page of when the shows come out, what time they come out and everything. So you cannot be in a position where you say, I didn't know. No, you knew because it's there. So make sure that you actually go onto our website, which is www.activefm.co.za. .za. That's where everything is happening. Yes, probably even stuff that you're not expecting, they are happening right there on that page. It's like really, really awesome. So make sure you actually go check it out. And then Active FM as a whole itself, you can catch it on Facebook at /Active FM 777. The number of heaven. No, the number of heaven is not within the sentence. It's just a saying that we love saying. That's why I got my page to be What's the Topic 777, which is the number of heaven. Yeah, but you don't write the number of heaven. Yeah, so 7 is the number of perfection. Before we get into the topic itself concerning depression, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an awesome track, which is by Active Worship, and the title of the song is Visions and Dreams.
Hey, this is Sash from Reactive, and radio has never been better. So stay tuned.
Visions and dreams are the language of your spirit. The unknown is revealed through the power of the fourth dimension. I may not see it yet through the eyes of my flesh. I have conceived it through the power of faith. All things work together for my good. You work it out for my good. All things work together for my good. Work together for my all things keep working out for my good. The sky and the sea remind me of your endless mercy. When the wind starts to blow, when I find it hard to see my direction, I may not feel it yet, but you work it out, Lord. I'll keep believing. Jesus, you're my breakthrough. All things work together for my good. You work it out for my good. All things work together for my good. Work together for my all things keep working out for my good.
When I'm in a lot of trouble, what am I gonna do? When I'm in a lot of trouble with you, I turn to. When I'm in a lot of trouble, what am I gonna do? When I'm in a lot of trouble with you, I turn to. When I'm in a lot of trouble, what am I gonna do? When I'm in a lot of trouble with you, I turn to. When I'm in a lot of trouble, what am I gonna do? When I'm in a lot of trouble with you, I pray to. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ra.
All things work together for my good. You work it out for my good. All things work together for my good. Work together for my all things keep working out for my good. Working out for my good.
Ra-ta-ta-ta-ra.
Ra-ta-ta-ta-tra. Yeah. There was visions and dreams right there. Yeah, like loving the music, loving the awesome, amazing session. There was active worship right there. In case you didn't know, active worship is like really, really awesome. There's like really, really amazing tracks that you can get from active worship. Go check out the Inception album. Go check out As Above, So Below. Go check out Ablaze, Jesus and Everything. Everything is really, really awesome on there. Our active worship is amazing. Yes. So, getting into the topic itself, depression. Depression is what we're actually looking at, we're actually touching on. And yeah, just to actually speak a little bit about depression. When you're actually in a position where you're depressed, it actually affects how you think, it affects how you feel, it affects how you act. So depression actually gets you into that state where you actually find it difficult to manage your whole day, your whole day-to-day type of life. And everyone that you work with, everyone that you study with, even your relationships, as an individual, to be depressed, it's actually a bad state for you to be in. And it's like you actually end up in a position where you even feel sad, you actually end up in a position where you're even miserable and all those stuff. So it's like really, really bad, and that is not a state that you actually want to end up in. So do not end up in a position where you're depressed. If you do find yourself in a position where you think you're depressed, you need to actually make sure that you get rid of it and actually get help. So depression, when we're looking at depression, what are actually the feelings caused by depression? Well, I actually touched on a couple of them. So the one is you actually in a state where you always feel sad. So if you find yourself in that state, you actually need to re-examine, am I depressed? What's happening? So that's the one, feeling sad. Second one is being miserable. So if you find yourself in a position where you always miserable, you better make sure that you examine yourself. Are you depressed? No, because you don't want to be depressed. Yes, definitely don't want to be depressed. Next one is being in a position where you're unhappy. So are you always unhappy? Because if you are, no one wants to be around an unhappy person. Like, I don't want to be around an unhappy person. No. Like, if I'm around you, I'm going to find myself unhappy as well. So I do not want to be around you. So yeah, if you find yourself always unhappy, then there's a problem right there. And then the next thing is irritable. So if you find yourself always being irritated, by things, by people, you better make sure you examine what's happening. You always feel overwhelmed. Being overwhelmed, that's the other thing. So you gotta check what's happening. The next one is guilt. You're always feeling guilty and all those stuff. So there's a problem right there. Next one is frustration. Yes, if you find yourself always being frustrated, there is a problem right there. So those are like some symptoms and signs of being depressed. And then you find yourself in a position where you're lacking confidence. Yes. So if you actually find yourself where you're lacking confidence, there's a problem right there. And depression actually causes that as well. And then the next one is you actually find yourself in a position where you're indecisive. Yes. So you cannot decide. We don't want to be in a position where you're like that. People don't want to be around people that are like that. As an individual, if you find yourself in that position, you gotta re-examine what's happening in your life. Like, you actually gotta touch on specific things. Like there's things that you need to change and make sure that you actually examine what is the cause of what is happening in your life, because you don't want to be in that position. It's a problem if you find yourself in that position. I wouldn't want to be around someone who's like that. Like, I want you to actually know what you want, and we're like, okay, this is what you want. Yes. Is it good? Yes. Is it bad? Yes. If it's bad, we get rid of it. If it's good, we make sure that we go for it. If it's positive and it adds value, we go for it. Not now you're in a position where you don't know, hey, this is good, but you don't know if you want something good out of your life. You're like, hey, you're like tossed by the wind, you're blown by it, you don't know which direction that you want to go. No, you don't want to be in that position. So that is the last thing that we want on our list. So we don't want to be indecisive. And then the next one is unable to concentrate. Yeah, that is another problem. And it's like bringing flashbacks. I'm like thinking, school, high school, type of situation. Hey, lack of concentration. Yeah, but for me it wasn't lack of concentration because I'm depressed. It was I had lack of the words almost did the other magic. But we're not gonna go there. But you know how we do it, right, John? What's the topic? We create our own phrases, our own sentences. Everything is like our own. It's made on the spot. Even the raps and the rhymes. Yeah, no raps, rhymes. Our raps, rhymes. Yeah, that's how we do it. And basically it reminds me of high school. Me, I had I wasn't able to concentrate, not because I was depressed. It was because I was focused on other things besides being in class and listening to the teacher. So I wanted to go out there and do my own stuff. Probably play soccer, stuff like that. Just mess around and not focus on books. That was me. And that's another story. That's another story that you actually don't want to end up in. But if you find yourself in a position where you're unable to concentrate, and it's not because you're being distracted by other stuff, but it's because of depression and you being indecisive or lacking confidence, being guilty, feeling guilty, not being guilty, being overwhelmed, irritable. So if you find yourself in that position, there's a problem. It's depression coming your way. And then the last one on the list, concerning feelings caused by depression is being disappointed. Yes, you're always being disappointed by yourself, feel like you're disappointed by yourself, those type of feelings, like you're actually always feeling disappointed and all those stuff. There's a problem. There's depression right there, and you actually need to get rid of it. And it's like, it's deep, and that is not something that you want. And then just touching on to something else is the thoughts caused by depression. Like a lot of people actually ask, what are the thoughts caused by depression? If I have depression, what are the thoughts that are caused by depression? And a person with depression actually has a couple of thoughts, like patterns and all those stuff. And in order for you to understand, you actually need to identify the thoughts, patterns and all those stuff, so that you can know, okay, I have depression. And the one of them is failure. You feel like a failure. All the time the statements that's coming out is, I'm a failure. If you find yourself saying such statements, hey, depression is there knocking at your door, so you better make sure that you get rid of it before it gets serious. And then the next one is, it's my fault. You find yourself saying it's my fault, okay, there's different types of situations. There's the situation where you actually literally see, hey, this is my fault right here, and you actually admit, and then move on, change the situation, change the outcomes and all that stuff. But then there's also the other side of the story where it's not your fault, didn't cause anything, or nothing happened, but you're always blaming yourself and all those stuff. That is a problem. It's actually a problem. Or even a marriage breakup, and then there you are, blaming yourself. And most of the time we find kids, that they actually do this the most, where they're like, my parents broke up because of me, stuff like that. And they end up in that state of always saying it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault. Now you'll end up depressed like that. Don't do that. And then the following statement is, nothing good ever happens to me. That is another problem. I've never been in that situation where I'm like blaming myself and saying, hey, nothing good ever happens to me. Now I've never really thought of saying that. But if you find yourself in that situation, hey, get rid of it, because depression is knocking at your door. Or you find yourself saying the following sentence, I'm worthless. No, you're not worthless. You are very valuable. We actually need you. That's why God created you, because He knows you have a purpose. But now there's also other sentences and stuff that you might say, which are we actually gonna go into, and then we'll touch on, and so that you can avoid them. But before we get into more of those, here's Hill's song, All I Need. That is the song by KMPL featuring James Park cover.
Left my feet beside the road, hear you speak, won't let go. Fall to my knees as I lift my hands to pray. Got every reason to be here again. Father's love draws me in. All my eyes may see is a glimpse of you. All I need is you. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. All I need is you. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. One more day and it's not the same. Spirit calls my heart to sing. Drawn to the voice of my Savior once again. Where my soul be without your Son? Gave His life to save the earth. Rest in the thought that you're watching over me. All I need is you. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. All I need is you. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. All that I need is you. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord, is you, Lord, is you, Lord, is you, Lord. All I need is you. All I need is you. All I need is you. All I need is you, Jesus. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. All I need is you. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. Oh. You hold the universe. You hold everyone on earth. You hold the universe. You hold, yeah, you hold. You hold the universe. You hold everyone on earth. You hold the universe. You hold. You hold. You hold. in your eyes. Keep me, oh keep me within your arms, within your eyes. Keep me, Jesus.
You can stream Reactive's very own The Movement album on Spotify and Apple iTunes. Reactive is a movement.
Yo. We are back and we are doing this again. And that was Hill's song, All I Need, yes, by James Park. Yeah, that was basically an awesome, amazing track. I enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, really, really awesome stuff. And yeah, it's actually one of my favorite songs. You know, All I Need Is You. Find myself in the spirit there. You're like, gone, man. Hey, you are facing left. Then next thing, as in left. When I'm saying left, I mean east. Yes, find yourself now facing the other side, west. That's when you're lost in the spirit. Yeah. But going back to the other side of the topic, which the topic is depression, we're gonna look at the other statements that you actually find yourself saying. Yeah, you might find yourself, basically saying one of this, and it's a problem because you need to change that. And yeah, you know, if we don't touch on this, you might not think it's a problem unless they tell you it's a problem. So going on, you find yourself saying the following statement: there is nothing good in my life. No, there is a problem right there. You better make sure you're examining yourself, because depression is knocking at your door and you do not want to let it in. So do not be in a position where you find yourself saying there is nothing good in my life and then you're saying that is normal. No, it's not normal. It's definitely not normal. Like, God didn't create you to actually be saying such statements. Following statement is things will never change. Yeah, if you find yourself saying things like that, things will never change. Nah. There is a problem right there. Yes, those are thoughts that come out of depression, you know. Yes. So if you find yourself saying stuff like that, you should actually be speaking words of hope, you know, words of encouragement. And I actually find this to be powerful, especially during this time. It's actually deep, because during this time, that's where people are getting depressed, and some are wanting to commit suicide, you know, some are attempting and they are failing, and others, they're doing it and they're taking their lives, and that's a problem because they're ending up where they're not supposed to be for eternity. So do not end up in a position where you do that to yourself, but change it. So now is actually the time where we need to change our mindsets, we need to change our statements, from things will never change to things are going to change soon, stuff like that. That's what we need to be saying. Now, if you find yourself also saying the following statement: life's not worth living, that is a problem. Like I said, now is the perfect time to actually change those statements. Think about it. People who are committing suicide, they actually saying stuff like that. Life's not worth living. So because life is not worth living, why should I actually stay alive? I might as well commit suicide. Others, they're doing that because they like looking at the situation. They're like, hey, this is the situation. I got matric, I got university, there's like cash that I paid, and now I have to repeat, and they're getting overwhelmed and stuff like that. Then you are hitting depression mode. You don't want to be in a position where you're doing that. So do not find yourself in a position where you're saying that and you leave it. No, you gotta sort it out and get help. Get someone to help you. Last statement. When you find yourselves in this type of thought pattern where you will say people will be better off without me. Nah. I mean, you look at the guys that actually commit suicide. What do they say? They say things like that. People will be better off without me, if I'm not there. And I personally got someone who says stuff like that, and I'm like, what are you saying, man? Are you crazy, man? Yeah. Remember the last time you did this? Huh? Who else will do that? Huh? There is a blessing right there. Yeah. So you actually need to be in a position where you're not speaking negativity and statements like that, you're thinking things like that. No, now is the time for you to actually be changing your thought patterns and making sure that what you're speaking is life, speaking words of life and wisdom. So that is actually what we need during this time, and that's what we're gonna be doing and focusing on. So there is a couple of things that helps you identify depression. When we come back, you are gonna go into the word and actually hear what does the Bible have to say.
The wait is over.
Hold on tight. We are in the overdrive.
Welcome. This is your favorite station. Stay tuned.
Turn up the volume.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that is awesome. That was awesome. That was an amazing breather for you right there to take some air and think about everything that you just got into your system. So going back into the word, like the word itself. Yes, I'm like thinking already word. So I'm even stopping myself. I'm like going back into the word. Hey! That's deep, man. That is deep right there. I'm like thinking already in the future. This is what we're going to talk about. This is what we're going to touch on. Really awesome stuff. Yeah. So what does the Bible have to say about depression? I mean, like during this time, this is the best topic to talk about because some people out there are experiencing this. I hope you listening to this are not experiencing this. And if while I'm speaking to this, you're actually thinking of someone that is experiencing depression, and you happen to listen to this because now you're looking for an answer to depression that you can give them, here is the time for you to get the answer here and go give it to them. So this is what the Bible actually has to say about depression. Now if you go into Proverbs chapter 12 verse 25, this is what it says. It actually mentions depression directly. And Proverbs chapter 12 verse 25 actually says, anxiety in the heart of man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. There is the problem and there is the solution right there. If you actually examine there, you got the problem and you got the solution to the problem. It says, so this is the problem. The problem is anxiety in the heart of man causes depression. So that is the cause of depression. That's what causes depression. And then it goes on to give you the solution. It says, but a good word makes it glad. Yes. So in fact, even if someone is already in depression mode already, what you can do is actually get them out of that depression mode. And how do you get them out of that depression mode? By giving them a good hope. And what does a good hope look like? First statement, we have hope in God. So that is one of the good word that you can actually give them. Hey, listen up. I know this is what you're experiencing, this is what you're saying, but hey, we have hope in God. And if they ask you, hey, how can you tell me we have a hope in God? What can you tell me that's gonna give me hope? And how am I gonna get rid of it? Give them Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 to 30. It says, come to me all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, because I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest in your soul. That is deep right there. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Woo! That is like some words of encouragement right there. I mean, getting satisfaction and comfort from the soul. That is like deep stuff right there. And that is what God is saying, and that is the word that you can actually give them, and it's the word that's gonna comfort them, and it's gonna be really, really awesome, and in the word you actually find hope. Yeah, you actually find Jesus, and Jesus gives you hope. And then you go on to Colossians chapter 1 verse 27. It says, God wanted to make known among the Gentiles the glorious wealth of this mystery, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. Yeah, Christ in you, the hope of glory. You find yourself in Christ and you're like, hey, I got hope, because He gives you a purpose. He actually directs you and guides you. And then you find yourself in a position where you're like, hey, we have joy in salvation. Yes, you should have joy in salvation. If you don't have joy in salvation, there's a problem. There is a very big problem, and we should show active love for God and others. Yes, that's how you even come out of that whole depression state. You get exposed to the good word, and you find yourself in a position where you find hope, you have joy in salvation, and you're actually active in the love for God and others. Yes, you have no time for depression if you find yourself in that position. Like, why would you want to be depressed? Like, we wouldn't want to be depressed. No. That is not how we can be depressed. So, just quick 8 strategies of getting rid of depression. The first one is actually describe the experience. What is the experience that got you into depression mode? So you basically describe it, then you avoid it. Second one is identify the cause. Yes, so you identify the cause of depression. Now you start putting down strategies of how not to end up in that situation. Third one is you read and observe scripture. Like I said, you're reading the Bible and you get closer to God. Fourth one is act on the truth. Like I said, you'll be active in the love for God and people. Fifth one, look at lifestyles. Look at your lifestyle and actually change the things that are causing you to be depressed, things that are not working for you. Number 6 is resolve conflicts. Yes. Something that's really awesome is the more you're helping people to deal with their stuff, the more you're dealing with your stuff. You're like, hey, I better be doing it. 7, get to work. Yeah, apply it. Don't just speak and think. Actually apply it. Number 8, this is when everything fails. See a doctor and pray. Yes, see a doctor and pray. So physically, you see the doctor. Spiritually, the doctor is Christ Himself. Go and see the spiritual doctor when the physical doctor has failed. Yes. So I'm gonna see you guys next week, same time, same place. Peace out and God bless.
There's nothing